All right, everybody. 15 minutes on the clock. First period about to start. Tonight's matchup between Duluth East and your Proctor Rails. Brecken on the dot. He's got Ruxin and Will with him. Proctor wins that. Taken away, sent out by Duluth East.
Lives under the same roof.
Dumped in cross ice. Garrett will play that ahead. That goes off a shin pad. Brecken with it now. Down the wall. Centered. East gets it out. That's taken away by Garrett. Puts that back into the zone. Cleared rink wide by Duluth. Miles plays ahead. Will pick this up at the blue line. Into the zone. Sidesteps one. Hook checked into the corner. East comes ahead. Into the zone near side. Short side shot saved by Jace. Matt plays it up to Will. He's able to chip it out. East intercepts at center ice. Centering pass puts him down into the zone. Drop pass intercepted. Gray will play it around the wall. Tony plays that ahead for Bria. That's stripped at the blue line. Played near side, comes to the point. Matt will hold it in, backhand it towards the slot. Taken back by Duluth East and sent out of the zone. Matt intercepted on the pass there. Shot blocked. Comes to the blue line. Dumped back in by East. That'll be the first one on it there. Holds the player off, plays it ahead for Bria. That goes off first skates. That'll pick this one up and start ahead. Shot, and they're going to call that offsides. Declan had drifted in. 12:53 left in the first. We'll get our first stoppage and a neutral zone draw on the offsides call. East with possession off the draw. Brecken tripped, no call. Greyhounds start ahead. Dumped in, that goes off of Miles. He's able to chip it to Max. Out of the zone. Backhands it forward for Brecken. Down to the bottom of the circle. Backhand off the post. Griffin has it in behind the net there. East through neutral ice. Able to get it into the zone. 3 Proctor players to converge. Greyhounds come away with it. In the high slot. Shot from the dot. That's blocked aside. Greyhounds back to the point, but that doesn't miss anybody. Or doesn't hit anybody, so it's going to go all the way. Icing waved off. Up the wall. Griff has there. Back down to the corner. East will rim it around. Max on the half wall. Plays it down to the corner. East plays it all the way around. Declan falls as he plays it. Garrett with a wrist shot that zooms wide. Miles puts it off a couple of bodies. East plays it up the center ice. It's intercepted by Declan. Drops it for Will. Down to the circle. Around behind. He still has possession. Back up front. His shot blocked. Rebound scores. That'll be Declan with the first goal of the game. Assist goes to Will. And Proctor with the 1-0 lead. 11:08 left in the first. Declan on the face-off. East to pick that one up. Dumped into the zone. Greyhounds have it off the half wall there. Played in behind. To the top of the circle. Back to the near point, or far point. Shot from there. On net. Jace. Pad save and smothers. We'll get a defensive zone draw for the Rails. Draw one back by the Greyhounds. Play to the far wall. They'll dump that to the corner. Back down in behind. Matt takes this one away. Sidesteps one. Plays it up the wall. Too far for Tony. East will stop it just inside their own blue line. Play it ahead. Rhea takes that away for Garrett. Plays it ahead for Brecken. Into the zone, 1-on-2. Down to the near side, he'll curl. Dumped into the corner by Brecken. Tony has it in behind. Tries to center, that goes off the base of the net. Sitting on the goal line. Tony fires one. It goes off a body. Played up the wall. Brecken now has. Top of the circle, centers. East takes this away, and they'll be out of the zone with it. Shot blocked by Garrett. East has in the corner. Played ahead. Garrett gets it back. Down in the bottom of the circle. East has the puck again. Centers. Into the low slot. Good stick check there from Miles. Knocks the puck away. Garrett dumps it around from behind. Tony lets it go. That'll head up outside the zone. Proctor is 4-on-3 into the zone. Shot from the high slot. Blocker aside by the East goaltender. Bria in a battle there. Puck ends up behind the net. Tony centers off the base of the net again. Comes to the near side. Miles will pinch. That's chipped away, chipped past him. Down the near side wall come the Greyhounds. Garrett able to poke check that away. He'll fire it all the way around. Tony tries to play it out of the zone. Sent back wide of the net. Greyhounds from the corner. Played ahead. That ends up in the corner. We got a stoppage. We got a injured Greyhound player. All right, defensive zone draw. East from the point. Shot was blocked. Forced out of the zone. They'll have to regroup. Matt overskated it at the blue line there. Declan will cover up. Hands off to Matt. Rink wide pass hits Gray. He tips it ahead for Max. Max down into the zone. Couldn't sidestep the defender. Greyhounds played ahead. Matt has it. D-to-D for Gray. Misses Griffin on that passing attempt, and East will clear the zone right back in. To the high slot. Shot from the circle into the body. Jace has it. It's underneath him. Goal. That one found its way through Jace, and East got a stick on it and shoved it into the net. Brecken wins the draw. Will has. He'll clear to the near side wall. East just dumps it right back in. Greyhounds off the wall. Matt clears that. Will has. Saucer pass from Will to Ruxin. Able to put it into the far side. But East clears the puck again. Brecken waits for Rux to get onside. He's in the zone. Lofts one. Blocker save. Back to the point for Matt from Will. Matt puts back to Will. Fans on the tip attempt. That was a great little play. Rebound. Shot by Ruxin. That's a pad save. East will pick this one up. Start back the other way. Matt takes this away on the half wall. East gets it back. Shot goes wide. Garrett plays it ahead for Ruxin. He centers. That gets all the way through near side. Greyhounds first one's on it. They dump it off a body. Into the offensive zone they go. Jace plays it right back up to Will. Gets out of the zone. Ruxin, 3-on-1 into the zone. Over to Will. Too many passes, and that's broken up. Brecken has. He lost this one towards the net. Shot on net. Rebound pops loose. East able to clear the zone. They'll dump it in after the red line, looking for a line change. Garrett will be the first one on it in the far corner. Sidesteps one. It's taken off his stick. East right down in the bottom of the circle. Miles helps cover up. Pass wide. Shot. Scores. That one beat Jace under the glove, over the pad. And with that shot, East takes the lead 2-1. 5 minutes and 50 seconds left in this first period here.
How long is the period?
12. Draw one back by Declan. Matt shoves it ahead. That's taken away. He gets it back to retreat behind his own net. Backhands it up ahead. It does make it out of the zone, offsides, as it's tipped back in. We'll get a neutral zone face-off here outside the rail's end. Rails with possession off the draw. Tony has. Backhands for Declan. That misses the mark. Greyhounds down the near side. Declan will rim this one around for Tony. Chipped off the wall and out. Bria picks that up. Tony holds just in time. Shot gets blocked before it gets to the net. Played up to the point. Gray unable to hold, but he does have possession. He's waiting. And that ends up inside. Tony couldn't get out in time. 4:52 left in the first. Another neutral zone faceoff. Garrett has it. He'll be into the zone near side. Fires, shoots, and scores. Top shelf for Garrett right off the draw. That'll be assisted by Brecken, I believe. So Garrett with the game-tying goal here. 2-2, 4:40 left in the first. East wins the draw, chips it out of the zone. Brecken has. He'll just dump it in from the red line. That's taken away by the Greyhounds. Right up ahead, out of the zone. Garrett couldn't quite hold, so we'll get a whistle for an offsides. East wins this draw on the near side. Chipped ahead. He overskates. Max in a board battle now. East able to dump it back down into the zone. Miles has in the circle. Sends it ahead for Brecken. Tipped ahead. Couldn't quite connect with Griffin. I think it rolled off his stick looking for Max, actually. Brecken gets it back now. Bounce off his stick. Griffin overskates. Battles there, able to dump it into the corner. Played ahead. Brecken tips in the circle. He's got the puck. Max battling for it. Max walks off the wall. Down into the circle. Spins, centers, shot from Griff, he scores. That'll be Griffin from Max. Proctor retakes the lead 3-2 with 3:21 left in the first period. Greyhounds with possession off the draw. Declan and Will battling along the wall for it. Puck squirts to the high slot. Taken away by Rux. He plays back for Will on the near side. Greyhounds able to tip it around. Dump it in from neutral ice. Wide of the net. Jace will tip for Gray. He backhands this one ahead. Rux can't clear the zone. Declan trying to help out. Takedown there. Puck still in the slot. Hard shot. Glove save. Look what I found, says Chase.
Come on, give it credit.
East at the point. Matt tips over for Declan. He'll start ahead. Pass up for Rux. Into the zone, 3-on-3 with the trailer. Back up for Declan. He tips it just wide of the net. Rux clears to the point. That goes through the defenseman. Icing will be waved off. Jace tips for Matt. He stops in behind. He'll start back near side. Up for Will. Will through neutral ice. Challenge there. Declan gets it. Will holds up. Back to the line. East will take that one away and start out. They reach the red line and dump it in. Jace opts not to chase that one. Miles plays it off a body off the glass. And it is out of the zone. Declan starts ahead. 2-on-1 with Rux. He's looking. Shot off the side of the net wide. Rux in. Back to the point for Garrett. He'll fire from the circle. That misses. Miles holds for Will. Will just dump this into the end wall. Rux the first one there. Stops in behind the net. Chips this one high back to Miles at the point. He'll play down for Declan in the circle. Declan back to Rux. Rux sends it back. It's intercepted. East to take it off the half wall here and start out of the zone. Rink wide pass intercepted by Garrett. Right back into the zone now. And offside's called. Garrett got a little too excited. Didn't quite wait for the clear. And 1:03 left in the first. Another neutral zone draw here. Brecken wins over to Tony. Hands it to Bria, who will dump it in. Up to the point. Gray retreats. East will start back out. To the blue line, poked away, and that forces an offsides. Good stick from Matt. Faceoff will come outside the rail's end. Tony with possession. Bria takes that one. Into the offensive zone near side. Sends this one wide of the net. Tony the first one on it. Tries to center. East, first one there. Played up off the wall. Bria centers. That hops off a stick. Tony will have it in the far circle. Around one. Past another one. Into the slot. Backhand shot. Kick save. Played up to the point. East will exit the zone there. Pass comes near side. Drop pass to the point. One-time shot. Tipped off the post. That ends up wide into the far corner. Gray able to clear up for Tony. Tries to center for Brecken. That's intercepted, sent back. And that ends the first period. First period shot total for Proctor was 10 for a first period save total for the East goaltender of 7. First period shot total for Duluth East, 7 for a first period save total for Jace of 5. Let's see him. All right, start at the second period. Brecken wins it for Will. Plays it near side for Ruxin, who will dump it off the end wall. Will battling for it on the half wall. East comes away with it. They're able to chip it out. Garrett races back for it. In behind, plays it off the glass and out. Rux tips it. This is rolling. Icing is called. Puck does make it to the end line. Rux had not quite been at center ice when he tipped that one. So we'll get a draw to Jace's left here after the icing call. East wins back to the point. Rux with pressure there, almost gets it out. East puts it back into the circle. Shot from the low circle is blocked wide. Miles has. Up to Will. Over for Brecken. 2-on-1 into the offensive zone. Sidesteps. Puck just got away from him. Back into the goalie off the shin pad on the poke check. Henry for Duluth East will find that and cover up. Brecken wins to the wall. Garrett, one-timer from there, hits a body. Another shot from the circle, off the post. Miles picks that up on the far wall, sends it ahead. That's blocked. East will play it out. They've got numbers as they cross the blue line. Good back pressure there from Miles. Knocks the puck away. Garrett and Will combine. Pass up to Brecken. 2-on-1 again. Brecken on the far side circle. He'll curl, center, nobody home. East takes it off the near side wall, plays it ahead. They're out of the zone efficiently. Into the offensive zone. Shot from the bottom of the circle. Blocker save and smothered. 13:29 left in the second. We'll get another defensive zone faceoff here. East from the point. That skips over a couple of sticks. Declan plays it ahead for Tony. He's able to get it up out of the zone. Into the offensive zone, down into the slot. Bria takes a swipe at it, gets another shot, pushes it wide. East to pick it up in the corner. Plays it ahead. Declan can't hold the zone. Gray plays it over for Bria, tips it into the zone. Declan skates into it. That bounced off his stick. He tries to center. It goes off a skate. Declan gets it back. Centers up front. Tony, backhand. Glove save. Left-handed larceny from the East goaltender. Flashing leather. Not in my house, he says. We'll get an offensive zone face-off here for the Rails. Declan centering Tony and Bria with Gray and Matt at the points. Declan wins it over to Tony. He'll get it back. Played up the wall for Gray. That gets past him. Matt hustles over, picks it up. Rink wide, off a skate. Keeps it out of the zone though, and into the zone offsides. 12:31 left in the second period. Offsides call will put the draw just outside the Rails end. Rails with possession off the draw. They backhanded ahead. That's taken away. Pass back ends up into the far corner. Up to the half wall. Pass ahead gets them out of the zone. Tip pass pinching Miles. Poke check from Garrett takes it away. Played up to the line, but not out. That'll get dumped back into the corner. Garrett has near side. Plays it ahead for Griffin. That's taken away. Garrett able to get it back. He'll start out of the zone. 4-on-2 as they cross center ice. Shot from the blue line over the net. Played ahead, intercepted by Garrett. Puts one in on net. Pad save. East will skate into the rebound and take it out of the zone. In on the near side. Down to the circle. Garrett falls as he bumps the player. Centered off a skate. Ends up in behind the net. East, back out front, backhander. Pad save and melted down by Jace. Down to 11:23 left in the second period. Another defensive zone draw here for the Rails. East wins the draw, back to the near side point. Rock's able to tip that one up and out. Declan will have. Just outside the blue line, dumps it off the glass in behind. Battling, puck comes out front, chipped by Declan. Save there, Will drops a player, no call. Played ahead by East out of the corner. Matt holds at the point, puts it back into the corner. That'll rim around. Up to the half wall there, to the line. Declan takes it away, but it comes out. Matt tries to go skate to stick. That ends up into the zone. East plays it off the glass around behind. Rux has it there. Still battling. East has it on the half wall now. They'll skate out of the zone with it. Dumped in from just inside the red line. Matt stops in behind the net. Sidesteps one. Plays it ahead. Rink wide pass skips off a stick into the corner. Played in behind by East. Sent out front, intercepted by Matt. Gray tries to play it ahead, hits the body. Matt now picks it up behind the net. He'll backhand this one ahead to the line. That's held in. Played again. Held in once more. Sent in, tipped wide by Gray. Up the wall. Will able to get it past one. That's held in at the point though. East plays it back into the circle. Shot blocked by Matt. He was spinning, didn't even see it. Shot from the circle, that's kicked aside. Rebound attempt doesn't make its way in on net, and Jace will smother it. 9:37 left in the second period here. Wholesale line change for the Rails and another face-off in their own end. Miles plays it up to Max. He tries to chip it up. That's held in. East down into the slot. Shot. That goes wide. Greyhounds have it down in the corner. Garrett takes it away. Plays it off the wall. Griff will skid into it on the half wall there. Starts ahead. His pass ahead goes off of Garrett's skate. Garrett takes it away, plays it off the wall for Griff. Skips off his stick. Miles overskated in the slot. Garrett will pick this one up on the far side. Starts ahead. Max picks this one up outside the blue line, dumps it in. Brecken takes this one away. He can't control. Puck gets sent back into the corner. East clears it around. Garrett steps up from the blue line. He and Griff hold his own, push it back into the corner. Sent back to the point and out. Miles will hustle over, picks this one up. He surveys as he turns. Rink wide pass to Max, who will fire it into the near side corner. Sent ahead. East out of the zone efficiently. Played back near side. Miles bumps his player there. Around behind. East still with possession. He loses an edge. Griff will skid into this one. Out of the zone. Max into the offensive zone down the middle. Off his stick into the corner. He gets it back. Tries to center. That goes off a stick. He scoops this up. Sends it ahead. Matt sidesteps one there. Around another. Into the offensive zone. Played up and out. Matt collects it center ice. Surveys. Backhands ahead for Tony. He'll play this into the zone off his stick, and East turns it back. Dumped down into the rails end. Declan in behind his own net. Plays it off the far corner. East intercepts. Shot blocked out front. Gray clears to the line but not out. Shot there blocked by Bria. Tony will pick this one up. Able to get it out of the zone. East skates back into it. Turns into the zone on the near side. Declan in behind, tries to poke it around. Matt will put it into the corner. East taken away by Declan. Up ahead for Bria. Bria off the wall for Tony. He'll skate into it. Down into the slot. Backhands for Bria. One too many moves. Couldn't get a shot on net. Way to the point. Matt has. Fires a shot. Wide of the net. Garrett 1x1 wide of the net as well. Matt jumps in from the blue line. Plays it down into the corner. Sent around him. Declan will hold at the point. Hands for Bria. She dumps it back down into the corner. Tony has. Sends it out front. In behind again. Tony from behind the net tries to shoot. Puck's in the circle. Under Tony. Declan's dumped. And interference called there. Number 13 going to the box. Minor penalty for interference. Brecken wins it. Back to the point for Miles. Back to Will. Will protects down into the corner. Walks off the wall. Stops in behind. Back to Brecken on the point. Brecken drops back to the point. Miles had moved to the middle. Miles, rink wide pass for Matt. Picks this one up, chips it off the wall. Garrett now has. Into the offensive zone down the near side. Hard shot off the blocker. Will gets it in the corner. Tries to center for Garrett, but that's intercepted. Greyhounds dumped this one in. It was wide of the net. Jace will just play it in behind. Out front. Shot gets blocked. Matt picks this one up in the corner. Starts ahead. Plays it to the line, but not out. Miles will pick this one up in behind. Right up the middle. Brecken's got some space. Hustles ahead into the offensive zone now. Back to the point, nobody there. Miles just plays it back into the zone. That'll be intentional offsides, I believe. We'll play it from the center ice dot. 4:59 left in the second period. 22 seconds left in the minor penalty to East number 13. Ruxin on the draw. Rails with possession. That goes off his skates. Declan able to get it under the zone, but it's poked right back out, and that second effort puts him in offsides. Ruxin on the draw. East wins this one back. Chips it up and out of the zone. They reach the red line, dump it in. Matt picks it up in behind. Over skates in the corner. Tony will pick this one up. Centers for Ruxin. Able to get it up out of the zone. East picks this up in their own end and starts back. Down into the offensive zone, far side. Bottom of the circle, backhander wide. Back to the point, sent to the slot. Shot there, doesn't quite make it to the net. Penalty is expired. Both teams back to full strength. Puck played out of the zone. East will have to regroup in their own end. Sent in, kick save from Jace. Rebound cleared aside by Matt. Declan will pick this one up. Starts out, rink wide pass intercepted. East holds the zone. Matt takes this one away. Sends it up by the far wall. Icing indicated, and that'll be the call. They had 7 players on the ice as the puck went through, but Brecken wins the draw back to the corner. Miles to the line, but not out. East into the slot. Garrett able to block that one. Clears it in behind. Centered, high slot. Shot, scores. Tying goal with 3:16 left in the second period. East with possession off this draw. We'll start in on the near side. Garrett plays it up off the wall. Held in at the point. Centering attempt taken away by Declan. Tony hands it back to him. Declan through neutral ice. Poke checked off his stick. Tony into the zone. Plays it to the near side wall. Garrett holds the zone. Tries to fire a shot. Fans on it. Takes a man down as they exit. No call there as well. Miles, rink wide pass for Bria, tips into the zone. Declan skates into this one. Sidesteps one in the circle. East will take that one away off the near side corner. Garrett at the half wall, dumps it right back in behind. Played up the wall. Miles pinches from the point, able to hold the zone. Miles again dumps it back into the corner. Tony races ahead. Puck into the circle. East able to cover up. Sends this one rink wide out of the zone. Miles will be the first one there. Waits for everyone to tag up. Sends it in. Taken away by East. Bria chips it into the zone. Tony will skate into this one on the end line. Sends it off the goaltender. Ends up in behind. Declan battling there. Puck squirts into the slot. Garrett steps up. Miles holds the line. Gets it back to Declan. From the near side circle, back to Garrett. Garrett tries to sidestep one, hands it back to Declan. He'll play to the wall for Tony. Back to Declan in the circle. Off the pad, rebound. Pushed wide of the net into the corner. East will play it ahead. Bria takes that one away. Miles collects at center ice, dumps it back into the zone, but Bria hadn't yet cleared, and offsides the call with 1:19 left in the second. East wins this one. They go D to D. Sent ahead, and they'll be into the zone. Off the stick down into the corner. Gray ties his man up there. Three East players, and Max or Brecken's the one who comes away with it off the end wall. Plays it ahead. Rock's able to find it. Hard shot, gloved, dropped, and smothered. 50 seconds even left in the second period here. Back to the point. Garrett has the puck. Dumps this one down in behind. Will hustles to the corner for it. Like, past him. Brecken takes this one away. Will on the wall now. Centers for Brecken. Tries to pass. Backhander attempt. That's taken away. Cleared up and out of zone. That's going to go the length of the ice. Icing indicated currently. And with that, 17.6 left in the second period. The Rails will get an offensive zone draw.
What size are those boots on his feet?
Declan wins it back. Shot on net from Garrett. Cleared to the slots. Comes back to the near side wall. 10 seconds left. Sent out. That goes the length of the ice. Icing with 4.2. One more face-off and a shot. Potential here. Draw one back. Shot from Garrett. Blocker save. 1 second, and that'll end it. End of the second period. Game is tied at 3. Second period shot total for the Rails, 10. For second period save total for the East goaltender of 10. Second period shot totals for Duluth East, 6 for a second period save total for Jace of 5. Take a quick break and come right back. Oh, correction. We play 15. Draw one back. Matt sends it ahead too far for Brecken. East will intercept. Held in by Tony, or Will. Will into the slot. He'll fire a shot. Glove save. 13 seconds into the period, we're going to get an offensive zone draw for the Rails. One, back to Matt. Shot on net, tipped. Smothered. Roxon got a stick on that, I think. Brecken back on the draw. Back to Matt. Matt tries to play it down to Will. It doesn't make it. Sent ahead. East into the offensive zone. Poke check by Matt. Brecken plays it up to the line, but not out. Sends this one down in. Jace plays it over. Gray played up to the wall. Will able to shove this one out of the zone. Roxon hustles ahead. He's got possession. Backhander through the slot. Brecken has on the far wall. He'll take a hard shot. That misses. To the near wall. Matt couldn't quite hold the zone. He'll have to retreat. Plays it from his own blue line. Fans on the passing attempts. Matt picks it up, takes it ahead. Down into the slot. Loses it. Rocks the shot wide of the net. Cleared off the wall. Garrett will play this in his own end. Retreats behind the net. Chips it up off the wall. That's intercepted. Walk back down in. Shot from the circle. Fools Jace. And East retakes the lead 4-3. $13:35 left in the third. Declan wins it over to Bria. She chips it ahead into the offensive zone. Declan able to hold the line temporarily, but East will start out. Into the zone on the far side. Challenged by Garrett. Centering pass taken away by Bria. She dumps it the length of the ice. That'll be icing. Draw one back by the Greyhounds. Shot blocked. Bria gets this one at the blue line out of the zone. 3-on-2 as they get through neutral ice. Covered up there by the Greyhounds. Sent ahead. Into the zone on the near side. Declan tries to clear. That's held in. Garrett hustles over. He's got the puck on the half wall. Tony will pick this up on the half wall now. Plays it ahead. Out of the zone. Up ahead for Bria. Into the offensive zone, but taken away. Played back to the point. Greyhounds will curl and start out of their own end. In. They're offside, so they got to wait. Puck ends up into the zone, and offside's the call. 12:20 left in the third. Face off outside the Rails end.
So what size skates do you wear?
10. Brecken right out of the circle with it. He gets it back off the tip. Top of the circle. Shot, blocker to side. Cleared to the far wall. East starts ahead. He's got a head of steam down the far wall. Gray able to take him out. They get the puck back into the circle. Played to the line, but not out. Shot from there. That goes over the net, but Jace reaches up, hangs on. East with possession off the draw, sends it towards the net, cleared to the wall. Sent in behind. Matt able to play it around the corner. Max from the half wall. Plays it ahead. Matt picks this up. Able to get it past. 3-on-1 as they enter the zone. Down into the circle. Hard shot over the net. Griffin hustles over. Can he hold the zone? No. Garrett at the blue line. He's beat 2-on-0 on the goaltender. Able to get around and scores on the breakaway. East now leads by a score of 5-3. 11:25 left in the third period. Declan straight out of the circle with it. Over for Rux. Shot from the top of the circle there, gloved and held onto. We'll get a draw to the East goaltender's left. Declan to Rux, back to Garrett at the point. Shot off a shin pad. Garrett gets it back, fires another one. That's off the blocker. East picks it up in the circle and starts ahead. Out of the zone, Garrett flips it back in, but that's offsides. 11:06 left in third. Declan forces it into the zone. East will take this one, play it to the wall. Ruxin back for Garrett at the point. Fires one wide of the net. Will hustles over, centers, intercepted. East plays it up and out. Garrett takes it away at the red line, sends it back in, but Rux was deep in the zone, couldn't get back in time. Offsides, so we'll get a face-off, I believe, at the center ice dot. Nope, it'll be just outside the east end. East takes the puck off the draw, chips into the zone. Miles over, able to cover up. Garrett starts ahead, loses possession before he can get out of the zone. Battling for it down the wall. Centers, it's into the circle. Shot wide of the net. Dump back in from the point. Declan, the first one on it, plays it back up the wall. Will able to chip it past. He'll start ahead into the offensive zone. Taking off his stick, starts up, rink wide pass. Garrett tips but can't get possession. East starts up the far side. Back pressure there from Garrett, takes it away on the half wall, and he'll start ahead. Played ahead for Will. He tips it. That's not going to make it for icing, so East has to play it. Played it on the far side wall. Tony able to chip it around one, but that's taken away. Rhea sends it to the middle. East starts out of their zone. Down into the zone on the near side. Miles leaning on his guy there. Sent out front. Shot. Gloved and held onto there by Jace. 9:32 left in the third. Faceoff will come to his left. Brecken wins it back for Matt. Into the corner. Matt will chip this off the far wall. Tony curls inside his own line. Plays it ahead for Brecken. They were on different pages, though. Tony now with it. Bria into the zone. Defender falls. Bria shoots one on net. Stick saved and covered. 9:14 left in the third period here. We'll get an offensive zone draw to his left. Brecken wins back for Matt. Quick shot. Tips off the defender out front, off the post. Matt with the rebound, scores. Rails back within one on that quick rebound shot. 9:05 left in the period. East with possession off the draw. Brecken takes it away. Sends it ahead. East sends it back out. Near side. Matt forces it in behind. He'll start out the other side. Stops. Gray takes that. He'll come around the corner with it. Out of the zone. Poke checked off his stick there. They'll start back ahead. Matt picks this up at the blue line. Into the offensive zone near side. Bottom of the circle. Around behind. Still has possession in the corner. Sends it out front. Off the goaltender. Tony couldn't find it. He tries to center. That's taken away. East out of the zone. Played ahead. Into the near side corner. Matt, the first one on it. Loses an edge. East walks off the circle, off the wall with it. Spins, fires. That goes wide. Comes back out front. Matt from the corner. Plays it off the glass and out. Icing is indicated. Icing waved off. It doesn't make it in time. Bria picks this one up in behind. That goes off the base of the net. Tony battling for it behind. Comes back out front. The East goaltender will just pounce on it before it can get into trouble. 7:39 left in the third period. Another offensive zone draw for the Rails. East with possession off the draw, in behind their own net. Played up the wall. Rink wide pass, springs them from the zone. Garrett racing ahead, battling in the corner, able to chip it ahead for Declan. He'll play it off the wall for himself. Gets past, tries to get past the East player, trips and falls. Back into the offensive zone come the Greyhounds. Shot attempt blocked aside by Miles. Garrett picks this one up. Plays ahead for Griff, who tips to Declan. Back into the offensive zone. Shot from the top of the circle. That goes over the net. East chips it off the glass. Chipped out of the zone by the Greyhounds. Garrett comes over to cover up. Declan curls up ahead for Griff. Griff loses it. Garrett steps up, picks this one up. Sidesteps one into the zone. Shot from the top of the circle. Gloved and held onto by Henry. 6:34 left in the third period here, and we'll get another offensive zone draw. Brecken off the draw. Turns. Will backhands it ahead. Rux tries to tip. That missed. Battling into the far wall. Sent ahead. East will curl and start out of the zone with it. Over to the near side. They overskated. Puck still in the neutral zone. Sent in. Ruxin battling there. Squirts into the circle. Matt picks it up behind the net. He'll start ahead. Picks up ahead of steam into the zone 3-on-2. He goes on far side. Backhand over for Will. Shot. Kick saved. Henry finds it. He'll cover. Full splits on the slide across. Gets a pad on it and finds the puck afterwards. Huh? That's Todd Krollman. That's Henry's dad. East with possession off the draw. They're able to clear. Into the offensive zone down the middle. Poke check from Matt. Rux tries to scoop that one. Ends up in the corner. Gray bumps into the wall. Puck out front. Will takes it away. Plays it back to the circle. Gray plays it ahead. Rux gets it at center ice. He fires it into the corner. Will on the near side wall. Plays it past the defender. Back into the corner. He'll go in behind. Still has possession in the far corner. Back to the point for Garrett. He walks down the wall. Loses possession. Rux able to take it away temporarily. Played back up the wall. Garrett will pinch. Will has it on the far wall. Played up. Garrett now has. Fires from the circle. That goes wide. Brecken's shot gets blocked. Cleared by East. Miles will have to recover in his own end. 4:46 left in the third. Played up ahead. That's intercepted at the blue line. Hard shot, gloved and held on to. 4:39 left in the third period. Rails still trailing by a score of 5-4. East has it on the wall, plays back to the point. Bria tips, up out of the zone, battling in neutral ice. Sent ahead, that's taken back by East. They'll dump it into the corner. East dumps this one back in behind the net. Sent out front, couple of whacks at it. It was in the crease, Declan will skate into it. Up out of the zone now, into the offensive zone. Sidesteps one, hands for Tony. Shot wide of the net. Bria battling for it on the near side wall. She centers, that's taken away. Played up ahead, and East is out of the zone. Down into the zone, tripped as he shoots. No call. East plays it around the near side wall. At the point. Down into the circle, centers, that misses. Greyhounds play it off the far wall. It's intercepted by Tony. He can't clear. Back down to the near far side corner. East still with possession down there. Garrett finally able to take it away. He'll play it near side up the wall. Reverse his course, back around behind the net. Stretch pass, hits Tony. He's able to chip it past the pinching defender into the zone, 3-on-1. Bottom of the circle, centered, off the goaltender, rebound, shot wide. Tony in the far corner. Miles holds the zone. Declan picks this one up, top of the circle. Chips ahead, that goes wide. East plays it up the wall, out of the zone. Through neutral ice into the offensive zone. That ends up along the end wall. Gray slaps it off the sidewall up for Bria. Bria past neutral ice, sends it into the zone. East plays it ahead, tipped, but they're out of the zone with it. Pass comes near side into the zone. Drop pass to the point. Shot, blocked, kick save. Played into the slot. Matt picks this one up. Starts out with a head of steam. He'll go far side with it. Tries to turn the corner around behind. Still battling in the near side corner. He'll go back in behind the net. Sends out front. Gray bobbled. East able to clear. Brecken at neutral ice. Tries to play it around the defender there. He's tackled. No call. Matt picks this one up to center ice. Sends it back ahead for Tony. That goes too far. East will play it rink wide. Max jumps it into the zone. Down the near side wall. Still battling for it there. Played up the wall. Brecken. Matt holds the point. Gets it back to Garrett. That squares past him. Matt hustling back. Poke checks that one away. Prevents the breakaway there. Back into the slot though. They into the slot. Puck squares into the corner now. East comes away with it. Up the side wall. Back to the high slot. Shot misses the net. East will pick it up in the near side wall. Comes free to the point. Griff able to skate into it, get it out of the zone. Plays it ahead for Max. Down into the slot. Rolls off his stick. 48 seconds left in the period. East starts ahead into the offensive zone. Decker will pick that one up. Plays it back up for Matt. Matt tries to send it rink wide. He now dumps it all the way down. I think he wanted a line change, but icing is the call. 33.3 left, and timeout called for the Rails. All right, out of the timeout, 33.3 remains in the period. Rails still trailing by a score of 5-4. Brecken on the dot. East wins this one to the wall. Dumped down into the corner. Matt retrieves behind his own net, fires it hard off the wall. That cuts up out of the zone for Ruxin. Ruxin at neutral ice, spins, falls down. Garrett picks this one up into the offensive zone. His shot, blocker to side. Will with the rebound, pushes it wide. Up the near side, 12 seconds left. Hard shot from Matt, 6 feet wide of the net. East clears this one into the empty net for the empty net goal. 3.5 left in the period, and that'll ice it. East will win this one by a score of 6-4. East with possession in their own end, and that'll do it. Final score, 6-4. East takes it. Third period shot totals for the Rails, 12 for third period save total for Jace of 9. Third period save total, or third period shot total for Duluth East, 9 for third period. Oh, so yeah, third period save total for Jace of 6. So again, third period shot totals for the Rails was 12 for third period save total for the East goaltender of 11. Game save totals for Jace, 16. Game save totals for the East goaltender, 28. Rails are back in action tomorrow night, 7:45 p.m. They'll be